And the question we ask ourselves is, who is diverse? Typically, when people talk about diversity, what they're referring to are children of color, African American, Latino, Native American, and variation. Children of immigrants, children who have language minority backgrounds, basically children who don't speak English in the home, for whom English is not their native language, and poor families or low socioeconomic status. Diversity typically means different. So in educational usage, diversity often means different from mainstream Anglo middle-class population. We have a very diverse group here along certain dimensions. When schools use it, they usually mean children that I just talked about. Okay? In California, diversity is the norm. They talk about a majority state. That is California. California is the most diverse state in the country. Many languages, cultures, races, much economic diversity, and it is increasing in California and across the country. So it means growing challenges and opportunities. If you want an opportunity to make a difference with your life, there is no better goal to address than the educational achievement of young children who come from very diverse backgrounds. I believe this with my whole heart. Your life takes on new dimensions of significance, and every day is an opportunity to improve the life chances of a child. This particular population is historically underserved and inappropriately served. Attendance, families who are linguistically isolated tend to attend early childhood programs at lower rates and participate in all variety of educational opportunities at lower rates. So children from low income and diverse families highly vulnerable to underachievement. We see that through achievement gaps in NAEP scores. NAEP is the National Assessment of Educational Progress, and it's often referred to as the nation's report card, and it's given at the very beginning of 4th grade in reading and in math. This is a graph that basically just shows the scores from 2009 for the whole country. The numbers over here on the left of the line are below proficient along different categories of race, ethnicity, and family income. So for instance, at the top line, total number of students who are below proficient, all students, 67%. All students are below proficient Hispanic, 83%. So you can just sort of go down this chart and see where different ethnic groups fall in terms of being below proficient. And I like this chart because it breaks it out in very clear ways, and it also shows you the impact of socioeconomic status. So for all students, 67% are below proficient, and for low-income students, 83%. So you can see that there are huge differences depending upon the particular background that children bring into the educational setting. Proficient for NAEP is really at a high level. So that if you score proficient on NAEP at the beginning of 4th grade, you can make inferences, you can sort of understand the bias of the author. It's more than just a literal reading of text. You understand that, you understand the point, you understand how it fits within a larger context. So you're really that's quite a high level. It's like an A student. Below basic would be those students who have difficulty even reading literally, knowing what the main point. Who are the characters in the story? Below basic, if you're an adult and you've been assessed on some literacy scores, you have difficulty reading your medical prescriptions. So you can't read well enough to understand when and how you're supposed to take your prescriptions. Yeah, it has huge health implications. And even understanding what's in the newspaper. So basic is you understand the main points, who the characters are, and you get the literal meaning. If you look at Hispanic, low income, 87% of low income Hispanics are below proficient, and 56% low income. So it's the majority. And you can see, we have a huge problem in this country, not just with low income and children from language diverse background. We have a huge problem around all of our children learning to be proficient readers. So many, if not most, children can be described as vulnerable. Very well-off children have other issues that put them at risk for other types of developmental problems. So, unstable economy, most people are feeling it. And if we feel it, our children feel it. Deteriorating communities, community structures are being pulled apart, high divorce rates, and of course, in our schools, what we do is put high demands for performance. So, what do we know about that? Up to half of the gap in achievement scores in school can be attributed to gaps already evident at the time of kindergarten entry.